Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go. North salad. Up we go.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Caught along the left side by Hyatt. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Sanders to begin the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Running right, here's Sanders. A beautiful fake. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Young on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
White. 43 rail.
On second down now, it's Barnett, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Powering forward. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You look at this Carolina defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
Now Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Red, yellow. Ready.
Following the interception, Young. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Ready.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Panther first down.
Trouble, 38. Cut.
On 1st and 10, Young. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Ready.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Set. Set. Go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Down. Hut, hut.
Young quickly to the flat. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Young now. Rolling to his right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
At the 43-yard line.
The play fake. Now Young. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Are things looking much rosier for him here in week 2? They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Touchdown, Panthers. Jonathan Mingo, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers are able to add on to that lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Hyatt there to grab it. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things. And they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Operating from the gun, Meeks. That is caught, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has a two defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble.
There he goes, right side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Looking to throw. Meeks. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Snowhawks are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
To throw on second down is Young. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
52.
Young pushes past him, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw, Young. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On play action, Young. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier McKinney. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Here we go. Check.
Throwing to start the drive. Meeks. He dumps it off to Barkley. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
At their own 38-yard line.
Right. Ten cycle. Yellow, 1.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second and 10.
6. Mega. Jackrabbit. Jack.
Off the play fake, Young. That is taken in by Hurst. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that makes it hard for a linebacker to stay with it. And he's able to make the catch on the right side of the field and pick up the first down.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he's got room. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Hyatt goes in motion left. Throwing on third and long. Meeks looking for Campbell downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Ready, ready. Cut, cut.
It's Young off play action. He's airing it out for Williams. This is intercepted. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here we go.
Here's second and 10.
Ready.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley busting free at the 10. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 87 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
To throw on second down. Meeks. High Bryant able to make the catch downfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 11. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That's a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They go play action here on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Barkley inside handoff, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Snowhawks drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Panthers 24, Snowhawks 17.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Ready?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Ready?
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 104 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the ball is knocked out. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 30. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Five, 97. Smash, red. Strike.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Barnett, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw, Young. Flush to his right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. In motion right, Campbell. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Up the middle with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Start.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Meeks. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Shaq Thompson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Meeks. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Okay, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On second down, it's Barnett, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this fourth quarter. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Meeks. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Their own 18-yard line.
Ready?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have it here just past the 25.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set, hut. Drill green. Cheetah, cheetah.
They go play action. Young. His throw incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Steel, black. Hut.
Third and short yardage, Young. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Fast footwork by Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Ready?
To the right side and complete to Hurst. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we go. Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate? Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Check that. Rig it. Check.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They'll roll him out right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun, Meeks got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got this down to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
70 Ranger.
They'll look to throw again. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd and 2, Meeks. This is Fant on the short completion. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Let's go.
Now a pitch out to Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ready?
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Ready.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ball game.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And Young's going to throw it here. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Carolina. 46 yards.
A gain of 46 yards on the play. 1st down, Panthers.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Carolina, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Anchorage, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.